Right, welcome back to Lies of P. Gonna go ahead and continue on with Venigni's workshop here. So, just like I said before, we do have a couple things before we can tackle the boss of the arena. Do have to go down there and do a couple of things. So let's go ahead and do this right now. It's gonna be another fun fight to do there. Alright. So, first things first, we got a giant robot to take down. I'm going to go ahead and do the giant robot now. Because he can take a while, and if he does take a little bit of time, I want to make sure I have enough time for the video. And all that kind of good shit. Oh, hey. Okay, not bad at all. Booster Glaive. I think that's a really fun weapon. I think I used this before, actually. Yeah, it's like the, it's the technique version of a great sword. Real fun weapon to use, actually. Because my first character was a technique guy, so I tried out all the technique weapons. The booster glaive was actually really fun to play with. Alright. Puppet of Future destroyed, so we're actually going to go back to the Stargazer real quick. Kind of heal up, because I want to have full heals for the upcoming mini-boss. And I guess we can level up. Get some more power there. Have you seen this in Centric? Have you seen this eccentric? Hot off the press, new this month. Again, this month eccentric is Mr. J, a gentleman who caused a stir by marrying a puppet. Have you? Okay. It is because his custom-made puppet is so beautifully made that Mr. J's peculiarities, even he was unaware of, suddenly burst. Mr. J fell in love with the made puppet at first sight, and they got married even in the face of a family opposition. But the lover's secret wedding face ruined. The enraged family stormed in. The husband was confused. The puppet bride was greatly damaged. She clearly had a soul. We loved each other. Gentleman J, who became the family's headache, still makes the same claims. He's even fixing his bride and redoing the wedding. This strategy was all made possible because of Krat's advanced puppet technology. Let's all listen to our families now. Haha. The Have You Seen This eccentric corner will continue next month. Okay. So a dude fell in love with a puppet. Good. Crazy guys. And we got some guys right here that kind of want to fall down, so just be aware. Special purification. Alright, so here is going to be probably a little bit of a tough fight. My name is Clark Shore. People call me Dr. Cure-All. I intend to confess my sins. I made innumerable medicine cells under the guise of being a cure-all. At first, even I was sure about my experiment. Early on, the cure was really effective in neutralizing the petrification disease. And why would the great alchemist records be wrong? I know I stole it, but I perfectly followed the manufacturing process. My cure was perfect. But what went wrong? I dare not record what the ones who got treatment turned into. That was literally hell. And when I realized that I was the gatekeeper who opened the doors, I ran away. How can I atone for my sin? I only try to treat my patients to earn a few extra coins. I'm dying, and this is my penitence. I also have the petrification disease, but I'm not going to get the cure. I'd rather turn to stone and freeze to death. God, please forgive my terrible sins. Alright. Again, a little insight on that petrification disease stuff and whatnot. Game will make that more apparent later on, though, obviously. Alright, so we took care of that real quick. Puppet of the Future gave us quartz. I think we have quite a few of those actually now. At least 2 of them, yep. So we have enough for a new upgrade. At least a new upgrade in the Phase 1 category, or progress towards one on the Phase 2 category. So that is something that we will definitely do when we go back to the Stargazer. This guy down here, he is a crazy guy.
All puppets must die. Oh, it's the only way to be sure.
Interacting with this guy is going to trigger a fight. Best way to kill human enemies is to learn their movesets and break their weapons. It's like the best way to do it.
More. All puppets must die. Every single one. Wait. Those clothes. Leo? You came back? I killed countless puppets to atone for what I did. I didn't mean to break my vow. I was just so scared. I'm sorry I ran away. Oh, you're a ghost. Just leave me be. It's the weight of guilt. The burden never gets lighter. All puppets must die. Kill the puppets! I can't tell what's blood and what's oil.
So I think we can see what kind of weapon he has.
I wish I'd known. That surviving's a hell of its own. I can't tell what's blood and what's oil. I wish I'd known. That surviving's a hell of its own. I'm sorry. I was afraid to die.
Yeah. So in my like in the very beginning, like when I was learning how to play the game, I absolutely sucked against that dude. Like I could not for the life of me get it going. I don't know what it was. It wasn't gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna say. It was not gonna happen. It took me a while to realize, like, you know, you have to absolutely fight with the parry, or you're just gonna suffer in this game. But he had a lot of good moves, right? I mean, he was using the puppet saber, so weapon that we're already familiar with in my run right now, because that's exactly what I'm using. But as you can see, those humanoid enemies can be a little annoying to deal with. Just kind of how it works. So you have to be very, very careful when you're thinking about taking them on. Just anything can work. I mean, you can throw stuff at them, you know, get yourself opportunity. The key is to not get greedy, but also at the same time, you have to learn their movesets and just parry them enough. Perfect parry them to break their weapons, and then once their weapons are broken, they are pretty much nothing. But I have died to that guy when his weapon has been broken before, and it was really, really shit. So, did not like it. One damn bit. So, I always like to kind of change into their costumes as we do this. Just kind of give it a little fresh take each time. So now we're a mouse guy. Just kind of showcase all the drip that they got in this game. Okay, so that's pretty much all of the behind us area is now taken care of. Now we can go ahead and start focusing on the factory part right here. Set ourselves up for the boss fight and get going. So we're going to go ahead and reset all of our pulses. I could level up, but you know, I already feel like I'm a little bit over leveled for this area now as it is, seeing that I didn't get punished once yet in death. As these guys start throwing shit at me now. Your first technique crank right there, so if you're trying to turn a weapon to meet with your technique skill, then go on ahead. Alright. Descartes' note. The puppet cannot refuse the ground covenant imprinted upon manufacture. It must obey the creator's orders and cannot harm humans. But look at the puppet that was once called Fuaco. Is the ground covenant flawed? The once faithful puppet now kills humans. It creates puppets instead of fire. It obeys something else other than humans. It's as if someone is controlling it, or if it has a mind of its own. As if there's a king of puppets somewhere. Is it pretending to be a human? Is it a simple defect? This requires further investigation. It's surprising Fuaco's actions were not simple obedience, but faith. Fuaco worships something as God. I heard there's a king of puppets on Rosa Isabella Street. That must be what's controlling the puppets of Krat. But a puppet having a human ego is a problem for another dimension. There is still a puppet secret that I don't know about. Ergo is probably the key. But those guys are awakening like humans more quickly as days go by. Someone has to stop them before it's too late, for the sake of all humans. Yeah. A little too late there, bud. Those days are kind of numbered, right? Yeah, they're trying. Oh. Good deal. Definitely don't want those guys involved. Let's get involved. I was trying to avoid it, but it didn't work out. Bastard. You tried so hard. Warning, you're in hell, brother. Now y'all think I was, of course. Okay, so we got a new upgrade. Physical damage reduction goes up. Fire damage reduction goes up. Obviously, this is kind of showcasing what we're going to go up against next. Going to lose a whole bunch of electric blitz resistance, so unless you really need it, keep it on, but we don't. Because we're gonna fight a fire type boss. So, yeah, just be prepared for that. I don't know why it got laggy right there, that was really strange. Slice, slice, bam. Keep hitting X to jump, but I'm like, this ain't Elden Ring, bro. You can't do that no more, dog. So, hear me out. Every time I hear this alarm, my mind goes immediately to the silo bunker mission back in Siphon Filter, when like when you're done doing the espionage part of it and getting to the underground bunker and all that, and you have to go like highlight the silo missiles and everything, and that whole beeping sound just keeps on going, you know, because it's a stock sound for one, so it just keeps going and going the entire level. I don't know why, it just brings me back to that day. So, yeah, good old Siphon Filter, man. Siphon Filter 1. Loaded, loaded, loaded. That's a game they need to remake. Good series to remake right there, if they ever think about it. Alright.
Before all this,
Before all this, Fuaco. I'm gonna call him Fuaco from now on because, you know, Pokemon. So let's teleport back over to the hotel because I want to use my quartz. So we're gonna quartz, level up, and show the run back to this boss each time you die because it is a very difficult boss. If you don't like know what the hell's going on with it, it gets kind of ridiculous. So.
People have no thanks for keep.
Yep, no problem.
That book.
Yep. Also, you can, you know, kind of test out the new weapon and see if it's something that you might want to
I know
have.
my way around a weapon.
Okay, good for you. Yeah. Showing us new things that we got here. So if you actually want to like test out the newer handles or whatever too that we just got, so the fire axe handle, then we can go ahead and just come out here, test this dummy. So you saw that kind of double chop with that handle. Booster glaive. So now we got like a glaive. Yeah. So we can kind of let it load up. D10. Very fast. So I really do like the faster chops. The only problem with the weapon right now, though, is that it is now considered a technique weapon for me. So it's only going to give me the damage scaling towards my technique right now as it is. Which isn't really bad for me because, you know, I do have a good enough stat in technique, but we're not going a technique route.
I know my way around.
So we got to alter the handle for whatever reason. We do want to reset this back to a balanced. Motivity will bring it up to a C, bringing technique down to a C as well. Technique will make this a pure technique weapon, meaning that it will now have an A in its little deal there, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. If that's how it works, though, to be honest, I don't really... Yeah, I don't think balance really does anything for it. I think it's just so it's natively going to be a balance weapon as it is. Because we did 210 with one swipe. $183 with one swipe. So the booster glaive is bigger damage, but you see how I have a C and a C in the motivity technique, meaning that it's just a little bit better for our balance build.
I know my way around.
And patient slash, gather your strength for a power soul slash, hold the attack. Yep. So, pretty cool. So we'll stick with that for now. We want to upgrade this since we have more hidden moonstones, just to a +3. And then now we need crescents in order to, you know, large Titanite shards basically, in order to create a +4, 5, and 6. Then so on and so forth from there. But we got the highest upgraded weapon we can get possibly right now, which is perfect.
I'll use my power.
We'll level up when we can. Sitting at a good 30 minutes almost, so yeah, should have enough time, depending on how many opportunities a boss I need to take to beat him. You know, obviously that's going to be a problem, but hopefully this boss won't give me too many problems since I've kind of seen the game already. It's just been a long time since I've played it, so I'll have to kind of go like, oh yeah, this guy, this sucks.
The city asked me any.
Okay, so it only requires 1 quartz. So this is good then. I don't know if like the number of quartz actually goes up each time or if it's just literally 1 quartz every single time. I'm pretty sure it is 1 quartz every single time, but we will see. Now, this is an interesting one because you can get a whole nother amulet slot, or if you're just struggling with survival, obviously going for the pulse heals is probably the better option. I think I cleared this entire tree my first run though, because whatever they offered in Phase 3, it wasn't enough for me to say like, oh yeah, I want that over this. I think it was like upgraded versions of these kinds of things, and I was like, nah. To me, the amulet slots are cool, but they do make you weighty, so you have to like kind of worry about that as well. I just kind of go for the pulse because they're the safest options. And, you know, more hills is obviously more survivability. So now we have an increase to either we can use the level 1 stuff or we can go ahead and use level 2 stuff now. And let's see here. Increase consumables, lower ergo loss upon death, enhance fatal catalyst effect. Increases the effect duration of special grindstones. So we haven't encountered one of those yet, but pretty much these are like the fire, electric, acid type things. Reduces stamina consumption from dash. That could be useful. Lower legion consumption at Crisis 1. Lowers weapon durability for ambush attacks. Lower stamina consumption when discharged. Enhanced pulse cell recovery, enhances recovery. So these are, yeah, Dylan, these are like the best things. Enhances resistance to Attribute stats, elements, lowers damage, charge. Yeah, I probably want to enhance. So I don't even want to look at the other stuff right now. Just do that. Alright, now we can look at the other stuff. Enhances weapon attack when durability is at maximum. So yeah. Your first hit basically is gonna be really stronger than the others. But you have to like continuously get good with the grindstone. Enhanced weapon when discharged. So when you're all out of them. Enhanced ambush stagger attack. Enhanced perfect guard destruction. Increases destruction damage to enemies when a perfect guard. So this is actually, yes. I did not use this last time and I regretted it ever since. You want anything that has to do with your perfect guard, just get it. Like I don't care if it gives you HP back. I don't care if it's like, it'll reduce this cost. It'll give you more of this. Anything, especially perfect guard destruction. You want to break things so fast that yes, you're gonna have to learn the game anyway. But as soon as you start to understand it and you get enemy patterns, once you start getting those blocks in and you see their weapons snap quicker, it's going to be just so much better. Just so much better. And I absolutely regret not adding those to my repertoire in the end. I think I went more for like guard regain stuff in the beginning, but I was like, this game is all about just perfect block, dude. Like, you should not be really getting hit. Like, if you want high survivability, you got to block. You have to learn how to guard. Okay.
I'll use my power.
Level me up. So 2213. Well, first off, let's just get these up. Okay. Now, we're going to focus a little bit more on capacity and some vigor, just so that we're not going to fall behind weight, because we are going to get some meteor upgrades, but we also want to be able to put stuff on us as well. So, vigor and capacity are going to be our next two. And then I'm going to start shooting vitality up to 25, which should be like my soft cap for a good portion of the game at that point. And then it's just going to be dump stats into all the damage afterwards. And then that'll be a really good like setup for this character later on. So right now, need to come up with 1,000 more. I like to use these things first. Okay, perfect. So let's go with capacity first. Welcome to Hotel Krat. And then eventually when we get like the 1,200, just like kind of naturally, we'll go back to the very beginning of the game, go to the merchant, and pick up that weapon that he was selling earlier. It's like a baton shock stick or something like that. A really good weapon, by the way, too. Like if you're, especially for like your advanced builds or whatever, that'll be your actual first weapon, not the salamander dagger. I know I said that yesterday, but I was like, oh yeah, wait, there was a shock baton. You want the shock weapon. It's useless as hell against the police officer, obviously, but other than that, you fight a lot of puppets in the game, so it'll actually come to its more usage later on. Okay, so then spend whatever you have left since we're going into a boss fight. So at this point, I'm telling myself, hey, 86 is not worth the shit anyway. We can get that back just by slapping an enemy, so we're good to go. Now it's going to be boss fighting until we win. Fuaco. Okay, so chances are we aren't going to survive the first round because it's going to be kind of tough. So, run here, run there. Run here, jump down, go. That's it. That's the run back each time. Like I said, the first time I used that dude, that was just kind of to showcase what they're all about. Obviously, he's just going to face tank damage so that we can get in extra hits. But every boss from here on out, I'm pretty much just going to do it solo until I actually really need him, which I don't know. Not really worth it. I remember this dude had a couple of bullshit moves though that I do not know how to like avoid. Let him get that wind up too much. Did not run fast enough. The Kingslave. So, yeah, okay. High-powered flame amplifier. Flame brimstone, special remainder. Yep, those are pretty cool. Give me this stargazer, boy. Sick. Okay, so that was Fuaco. I really want to say that I think they toned that guy down a lot, because when I first played this game, I played it on the Xbox when it first dropped on Game Pass, and I just remember like there were so many imbalances that there was like shit dealing damage off the fucking Richter scale on your ass in this game. And this boss right here was like a difficulty curve times 100. Maybe it was just poor play. I have no idea. But I just remember every red move was like just slapping the shit out of me. The inescapable fire flame thing that he did, it just chunked damage like crazy. So I don't know if they did like updates or patches that made this fight a little bit more simpler. Because that fight, it felt really easy. I don't know. aside from, you know, the typical, like, oh, I don't know when to fucking block type shit and then just getting ran over and smashed, but, you know, whatever. I thought we got some good blocks there, here and there. 3-4 heals or something like that, which is okay. Obviously not going to be no damage over here, but, you know. So we got some new items. We got the King's Flame. Again, we don't know what to do with these just yet, so you want to hold on to these, or you can just get some early ergo if you know what you're doing already, and you know you can just level up or buy stuff like that. Some of these will turn into boss weapons, and I don't remember what all of them look like, but I believe there's probably trophies attached to it, so I'm just going to save them in case I need it. Legion arm for the arm. And let's see, temporarily imbued. So this is like, all right, special grindstone that can be equipped to the grinder can be triggered using the grinder when guarding. Because it's fragile, it cannot be used often. Special grindstones were made to respond quickly in battle. These grindstones made artificial gemstone. Imbue them with special abilities. Yes. So if you want to, you can change the grindstone stuff. And I think that puppet's actually really weak to electric as well. So that's like a great... Oh yeah, Venigni. I think Venigni does stuff with the fire shit or whatever.
What do we have here? A broken butler puppet. Now, I seem to remember someone on the second floor. Think it belongs to him? We gotta ask what happened sometime. Now's good.
Hey. So obviously the premise is not to continue on right now because we have to go, you know, talk to Venigni. That would be the smart thing to do. Interacting with the puppet. So Venigni made his way back to Hotel Krat after the victory. So that's what we want to do. And remember, after every major boss victory, you always want to kind of go in your circle and talk to everybody, kill some dialogue, see if there's anything that opens up or any side objectives and shit like that.
I'll use my power to help you. I am able to wield ergo. They call me a listener because I can hear ergo. I inherited the power from my mother, who hated it, called it the devil's power. So I kept it a secret that I could talk to puppets. Now you are the only one my voice reaches. So I beg you.
Welcome to...
That book...
People have no thanks for keep.
If it isn't my savior. Glad to see you made it back in one piece, my friend.
Buongiorno, and welcome to the House of Venigni. I am Master Venigni's Major Domo, Pulcinella, at your service, sir. The House of Venigni carries only the finest in luxury merchandise. I believe you'll find all items to be both superior quality and distinguished provenance. I am certain you will be able to find something that suits you, sir. At the House of Venigni, even priceless things have a price. Every item is a treasure of distinguished quality and superior provenance.
Alright, so this dude's pretty cool. I do like him a lot. So we got a balance rank. Restores weapon adjustment. Advanced crank, relativity crank, yep. I think these are... You can only do one of these, I think. And they're very situational, so you'll have to like know what each one's good for. So this one's good for slash attacks, piercing attacks, and strike attacks. So depending on an area that you're going to and you kind of see the enemy's movesets, that's where you kind of want to use this stuff. But I think I went the entire game and never even bought these, so yeah. Temporarily imbues weapon electric bits, yeah. So electric blitz grindstone. Okay.
There you are, my boy. My savior, yes, that's the word. You took back the factory, and I cannot thank you enough. Without the factory, no more new puppets. The army has run out of recruits. My friend, you saved, well, all of us. But listen to me going on and on about my concerns, and I don't believe I've even introduced myself. Signor Lorenzini Venigni. Gentlemen, bon vivant, and, at the moment, utterly at your service, my friend. If the name Venigni rings no bells, perhaps you've heard of Graz's Prince of High Society. That is because they are one and the same. Just two of the many names I've collected in my 3 decades here on Earth. While I sincerely believe meeting Venigni is its own reward, I have not rewarded you in the more traditional manner. Please, take this. My newest prototype. It'll be safe with you. It's a grinder stone that keeps granting special attributes to the grinder. I hope you'll put it to good use.
You can equip a special grindstone on a grinder through Venigni or Stargazer. Okay, yeah, I did see this. There are different types of special grindstones that can grant different effects to your weapons. You can use special grindstones effect in battle only once, but it recharges if you revive or visit a grindstone. Right. So, useful in a tough fight against human enemies or whatever, right? It's extra damage, free fire paper, free, you know, all that kind of crap.
Then my eyes do not deceive me. I never imagined I'd actually see it again, and in the flesh, so to speak. I just designed it, set it aside, and never got back to it. Genius and acclaim can keep one quite preoccupied, I'm afraid. You are really interested in the arm, I see. Then, my friend, you shall have it. It just needs a few mechanical adjustments to fit your particular needs. And frankly, this design is almost child's play to me now, so let's start by making it a bit stronger, shall we? I will also add what we brilliant inventors call modularity. That means it will be much easier to improve and repair since you'll be able to use commonly found parts. You might say this arm's new abilities are legion. No? Too much? It was too much. I always welcome friends. No one, not even I, know what started the puppet frenzy. Why, that day of all days, it was horrible. A violent rampage of murder and mayhem that is seared into my memory for all time. And it was never supposed to happen again. I made sure of it. Designed a few special parts to ensure they'd remain loyal. Puppet armies do not arise by chance. There was intent behind this. I don't want to leap to conclusions, but The only one I know with that kind of power is the King of Puppets himself. We need to learn how this happened. Of course you're curious. Pulcinella has been restored thanks to you. In a small way. Mostly it was me, but you know, genius never rests. Except for beauty rest. Pulcinella isn't just my butler. He's my family. The only one I have left, really. I won't forget what you've done for us. If you ever need anything or find yourself in a spot of trouble, call on your friend Venigni.
Swagger.
I always welcome.
Very cool.
Amatsa, that is one slick prototype. You think it's a tram for crickets? You think...
Felicitous salutations, my friend. My name is Signor Lorenzini Venigni. No doubt my reputation precedes me. I come to you with only the most peaceful intentions, and as a true friend of craft. Behold, Venigni Works, where we will honor the city of Krat's history while forging her brilliant future. When I broke ground on this place, we broke ground. I certainly didn't do it all personally. This was a simply empty space, a blank canvas. But in the hands of a maestro, it became a work of art. All my life, from boyhood to this very day, I have been derided for my, let's say, single-minded focus on a lifelong obsession with building animated, automatic, autonomous automatons. But today, just look before you. Venigni Works is ready to start building the future. Krat's golden era is waiting to be built. A dream of the future we can only create together. Help me make this future come true. Join us, for this moment in history will happen only once. Join Venigni, your friend for life. Felicitous behold, but today, Krat help me join me.
I remember one of these being really cool. Legion plug. Slam birds. Use Legion calibers to upgrade our weapons here. Press and hold the Legion on. That's a pretty cool one. I think I like the fire though. think Falcon Eyes was like the one I used the most. I don't know. We'll see. I think Advance isn't that great for us, but Technique and Motivity are. So we can kind of see some of the flame damage. Why not? Let's just do it. Get one upgrade in there, just kind of use it. We did go for a challenge, why not? Okay.
I know my way around.
And all that's left is Geppetto.
Remember, it is not surprising that some puppets broke away from the Grand Covenant. I've no idea how many. I remember a few Ergo puppets behaving according to their own volition before the frenzy. That wasn't our intention. They were never designed to act that way. But if a puppet starts acting on its own, does that mean the puppet has free will? Or is someone else controlling the puppet? The city asked me.
Right, buddy. All right. Well, we will continue on from Fuaco Arena.
I'll use my power.
Go ahead and upgrade some vigor. All right. Thanks for watching. We will continue on through the next video.